Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
I think it's difficult to address all of it and recognize it and then know what to do about it.
With our parents and grandparents living longer lives, organizations across the country and right here in the Valley want people to be aware that elder abuse is a problem that can impact any family. Good evening and thanks for joining us. Adult Protection Services in Cass and Clay counties says awareness of elder abuse is the only way people will begin to feel more comfortable reporting it.
Valley News Team's Cornelius Hawker talked to a woman who's thankful this conversation is happening in her community.
My thoughts on elder abuse? Well, I don't think it should occur, of course, but I think it occurs lots more often than people are aware of.
Shelter Warren says most people hope they can take care of their loved ones to prevent elder abuse.
I was a caregiver for my mother, and at that time, she was very competent and more like a friend. But it changes your lifestyle.
A lifestyle change that for some people could mean needing more money to take care of their family member.
Family members are secretive when it comes to internal issues.
In 2011, Scott Campbell's brother, Timothy Campbell, was sentenced to jail for stealing more than $100,000 from their own mother who had dementia. It's why Scott is here in Moorhead talking about this issue on what is World Elder Abuse Awareness Day.
We needed to get this out into the public and speak as a victim on behalf of our elders.
State representatives, attorneys, ombudsmen, and others who are entrusted with protecting the elderly are hoping to get the message out there. If you see something that you think is out of place, don't hesitate to report it.
We have to teach the public that there's a fine line that shouldn't be crossed, especially when you're dealing with the aged population.
In Moorhead, Cornelius Hawker, Valley News Live.
Scott's situation with his mother was made even worse, so more difficult, because he and his brother were Duluth police officers at the time. He says no one should escape the punishment for abusing the elderly, but it all comes down to people not being afraid to report it.
A Wisconsin man's nearly 5-hour standoff with police ended peacefully this afternoon after shots were fired at a Grand Forks motel this morning. 43-year-old Chance Jacobson is in custody. He's been charged with 2 felony counts of reckless endangerment and terrorizing, and more charges may be added. Police, the SWAT team, and negotiators were all called to the Budget Inn Express motel just before 8 this morning. Motel management had reported to police that Jacobson was armed and suicidal. He fired several shots inside the room when police arrived. The motel was evacuated except for several people in rooms close to the suspect's room, including Joseph Bruce's 3 children who were alone in their room and told to shelter in place by police.
They're hiding in the bathroom, she said, and they're just waiting for everything to be done with. So I keep calling them and checking in with them. They're doing good.
Did they hear the shots?
Yeah, they heard the shots. They were, I don't know what they said about them, but they heard them.
Chance Jacobson surrendered to police without incident this afternoon. The children, along with several other people who had been told to shelter in place, were able to safely walk away.
Pretty dreary start to the day, but the wind helped push some of those darker clouds on. Let's find out what Justin Fanfarelli has for us tonight. Justin?
And thank you, Mike, and good evening, everybody. Well, we saw the rain showers during the overnight, cloudy skies during the first part of the day, but we're actually seeing a nice day out there now as we mostly have partly cloudy skies. 79 your high in Fargo, 77 at Jamestown, 76 Devils Lake, 62 at Bemidji, and an 80 as you make your way down toward Aberdeen. Just a light breeze from the north, mainly between 10 and 20 miles per hour everywhere you look, with slightly higher gusts. And we are mainly clear on the radar. You have to look into portions of east central Wisconsin. That's the system that we had yesterday, giving some severe weather to areas just to the south of Green Bay. Now, as we go through time, we are going to see mainly sunny skies as we go through the next few hours, and then clear skies during the overnight period. Temperatures will fall through the 70s and then through the 60s, with lows getting to the upper 50s. Now, we are going to be quiet for one more day, and then we're tracking the risk of some more showers and thunderstorms as we approach and then go through the weekend. I'll have the details on that a little later on the newscast. And now let's send it out to Hutch Johnson with the Backyard Barbecue.
Thanks so much, Justin. I got to tell you, we're here in North Fargo. Carol Fairfield is the big winner this week. Where'd you sign up, Carol?
13th Avenue, Cache Weiss.
And was it worth it?
Very much so.
All right. Now, you have a very big date coming up here, an anniversary. Can you tell me about that? Tell everybody at home.
We'll be celebrating our 50th anniversary on June 25th.
Well, congratulations to you. That's just wonderful news. Who's the lucky fellow here?
Mark.
Mark, right across from us. There he is. All right. Well, you two have a happy anniversary. I got to tell you, you should get into Cashwise today. Go to the meat department, sign up. We may be showing up in your backyard next, and I'll be bringing my appetite, you guys. We'll check in here in just a few more minutes. I got to introduce you to a few fine friends here that have shown up at the Cashwise Backyard Barbecue.
Look forward to that. Thanks, Hutch.
Miss North Dakota USA of 2003, Samantha Edwards, was found unresponsive by a friend inside a Minnesota home yesterday morning. A police report says there was no obvious sign of trauma, but does not say whether it was a natural death. Edwards has lived in Fargo and also attended the University of North Dakota. We invite you to tune in tonight to Valley News Live 10 at 10. We'll have much more on this developing story.
Another teenager is missing. This time it's Jordan Krolak. Authorities say that Krolak was last seen on June 5th. Jordan was in the Bemidji area wearing black pants and a white and gray shirt at the time. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Marshall County Sheriff's Office or the Bemidji Police Department.
After securing the GOP nomination for North Dakota governor, Doug Burgum's campaign is in full swing. The businessman beat out heavily favored Attorney General Wayne Stenjum with 59% of the vote. Today, Burgum said he spoke with fellow Republicans, Governor Jack Dalrymple and Congressman Kevin Cramer, to prepare for the general election. Burgum did not specify any plans if elected because he wants to focus on winning the election.
Our potential is unlimited. There's, we're working in an era today where literally nothing is impossible, and in North Dakota we can compete anywhere in the world. We're excited to bring that vision. We're excited to help build new interest in industries. We're excited to help diversify the economy.
Burgum will go up against Rolla Representative Marvin Nelson.
Bail has been set at $1 million for a man accused of attempted murder. The charges against 26-year-old Clifford Monteith involve an assault on a Pembina County deputy in early June. Prosecutors say that if Monteith is able to make bail, he will still have a set of restrictions to ensure he will attend later court dates. Police reports say Pembina County Deputy Brad Bowman pulled over a vehicle that Monteith was in when the alleged attack occurred. It happened on Highway 18 in Nitchie, North Dakota. During the assault, Bowman shot Monteith 3 times. Monteith is also wanted in a Fargo assault case from 2014 where he's accused of hitting a man in the head with a hammer.
A Fargo man has changed his plea in a brutal assault case. Holden Indvik has now pleaded guilty to sexual imposition and aggravated assault. The victim says he choked her, bit her, and pulled her hair. She says Indvik tried to sexually assault her, and he allegedly poured chemicals down the woman's face and throat. Indvik remains in the Cass County Jail until his sentencing in September.
Investigators say another fatal hit and run occurred on the same day of a 10-year-old Lake Park girl was killed. It involved an 85-year-old woman, Margaret Ann Johnson. Johnson was found dead next to her mailbox in Aitkin County. The Minnesota State Patrol says that they've encountered 3 scenarios that often happen. The driver made a bad decision behind the wheel and fled. The driver did nothing wrong but got scared and left the scene, or they had no idea they hit someone.
Is it possible for somebody to be involved in the crash and not know? It's very possible in a hit and run, especially with all the distractions that we see going on. I've talked about that time and time again, just the epidemic of distracted driving for people not paying attention.
Now, if you have any information on this case, call the Minnesota State Patrol.
Golfers were trying out the new and improved El Zago Golf Course in North Fargo today as it reopened for the first time since 2014. The course has new improvements to its tee boxes, fairways, and greens, all maintaining its par 3 status. You can also play a game of foot golf on the course where you kick a soccer ball into an oversized cup with the least amount of kicks possible. The course had closed due to levee reconstruction on the outer edges of the golf course.
Nice, and it's golfing weather. What happens when you combine burgers, bourbon, and beer? A festival is held, that's what. Later on Valley News Live at 6, details on the 3rd annual event.
And we picked up 0.03 of an inch of rain early this morning with a high of 77. That's normal for this time of year. Now we are going to tell you where the weather goes from here coming up next.